Well, stars are known for giving good vibes, right? So why don't get some for your room? Hey y'all, welcome to Artipedia hashtag Arts Encyclopedia, a place where we meet twice a month to explore our creativity. For the first star-based room decor, you'll be needing some very basic stationery, colored paper, scissors and all. Just draw some lines onto the paper and trim them up. Or you can actually just put the colored paper into the shredding machine, make that a lot more easier. Anyways, I would totally recommend you not to use the quilling strips which are already available in the market, because most of them are really thin and you don't want thin strips. The dimensions which I used for this one were 1.5 centimeters by 30 centimeters around. So you just gotta cut them up. Once you are done trimming all the strips, you gotta take one by one all of them, make a loop at one end and tuck the shorter one through the loop. It's just making a knot in paper rather than thread, right? So make a knot. Now once you made a knot, you'll get some shape like this and a loose little end. You take that end, flip it over and tuck that end in a little socket which you already have achieved in the backside. Mine anyhow was a little too large in this case, so I had to trim it up and then I tucked it in the pocket. That's it, nothing very special in this one. Flip the star once again over, take the longer strip which is left with us and start rotating it and folding it around the corners of the little pentagon which we just got. Now make sure you do this step really tight. The tighter this will be, the better your stars are gonna be. And once you reach the end, you just have to do the same thing again. Tuck that end in the pocket. Now this one's the most important step of all, so pay close attention. You have to hold it from the opposite sides and then take one of the sides and start pinching it. Like you hold one side, you start pinching it. And you make sure you hold the star with your left hand towards the opposite side and not from the back and front side. If I'm making sense, I don't know. But this is what you're supposed to do. Just pinch it up and you're gonna get some stars. Keep on making this. So basically the length of the strip will decide the fluffiness of the star and the width of the strip will decide the size of the star. So I don't want that you guys to get really large stars or really small stars. Make sure you use minimum of 1 centimeter for the width and maximum of 2.5 centimeter of the length. And if you are increasing the width, make sure you increase the length, because otherwise you won't be getting a star and it would be an increased fail. Basically just keep on repeating this step until you get so many stars, because these are the things which we will be using for 2 DIYs out of 3 in this whole project. Alright, so here we go. I am absolutely done with all those sorts of stars I wanted to create. On to the first project. You will be needing the stars we just created, of course. Along with that, you'll be needing a cup. Now, I covered my cup with a white paper just because I didn't like the color of that cup. Now, you can have actually options in this step. You may have cotton, paper shreds, or just anything you want to fill your cup with. You can even add in some artificial sand if you like, but I anyhow took cotton and shredded it up. Along with that, you'll be needing some floral sticks, or you'll be needing some really nice broomsticks, queer sticks, basically just whatever that can be tucked inside the cotton and in the star. A really fine stick. So what I did was I took a pair of flowers and I trimmed my flower sticks into little pieces. Don't use a plier, kids, if you're alone. Do it under adult supervision. So once you're done, you just have to put it through the cotton and you gotta take some glue and attach one of the stars over the other end. How to attach the star is basically by putting the stick or your flower sticky thing, whatever you have, through one of the pockets in the star. That's it. That's how you do it. You just saw what to do. Use some glue, and this would actually make the DIY be stable for quite a long time. Now, I personally tell you, this is a great thing if you want to gift it to someone. I anyhow kept it for myself, and it's still lying at the bookshelf, like near my book collection, which I absolutely adore. Just repeat the step. That's it. You got to do it with the rest all of them, and there you go. You know me, I hate boring things. I really despise them. So I decided to make a cute kawaii face on the plainness of this white cup. Now, if you guys don't know what a kawaii face is, it's basically what I'm drawing right now. It's just really cute piggy eyes with reflections, a really nice small mouth, and red colored blush. I absolutely insanely in love with this one. Okay, so if you don't actually want to make kawaii face, you can draw some designs, patterns, write someone's name, write a little nice quote, whatever, or just what I'm doing right now. I have used sketch for this purpose just because I was in a hurry and I didn't want it paint all over myself. But of course, you can use paint, you can use crayons, you can use whatever that suits you. After that, you just have to take some red paint, red sketch in my case, and then you have to draw ovals on either side under its eye, just where you will put your blush while doing makeup, just determine the cheeks. If that makes sense. And here's the final piece lying beside my potter collection and my flowers. I love it. Seriously. I really recommend you to try this one out. The second one is kind of very common these days. It's a photo frame, a DIY photo frame. So basically what we are supposed to do is take a cardstock, cardboard, hard paper, whatever you want to use. I'm using pink color for this one, and you have to draw a shape like a ring. Now I chose oval. You can go for square, rectangle, circle, triangles, pentagons, whatever you feel like. I really like circles the best. Yeah, you gotta measure the thickness of the photo frame real well. Just take a star and see if this is gonna work, because we'll be sticking the remaining stars onto the rim of the photo frame. you know but yeah, just don't paste the stars yet. I just aligned them to see if my thickness of the ring was enough or not. Turns out it was good, so I just sketched a very, very rough. You don't have to be precise at all. Just do it roughly and then trim that off. Now I'm very bad at cutting, to be honest. You can see it's all over the place, but do not worry, it will be hiding away under the gracious star we just created. Now here's a quick pro tip. What I used was some glittery crystals. Sorry, what's wrong with the pronunciation? Okay, so you just take some crystals and you stick them randomly around, because our stars won't be covering. Our stars won't be covering every damn bit of the ring. So we need something to kind of cover the little tiny spots which our stars won't be able to. And in this case, it will be the crystals. That's it. Just take the stars and stick them onto the paper. It's literally it. You don't have to do anything massive in it. Take the stars, glue them on, and kaboom, you have your photo frame ready. Okay, so once you have your photo frame ready, you gotta hang it with something, right? In my case, I took a thread and I beaded it with some really nice crystals, because I was getting that shimmery look from that photo frame already. I wanted to make it a little more glam. So I took it and I stick it with some sellotape, because the thread I used was nylon, so it wouldn't cope up with the glue. And because I used sellotape to stick my little crystalled loop on, I had to use sellotape to stick the piece of star over the bead. You don't want your little loop to show off So you have to make sure that you put an extra star to conceal its opening. There you go. I decided to put one of my artworks with a little quote, "Create your own sunshine" on it, because it gave me so positive rays. Moving on to the third one. So this is kind of different. We are not using paper in it. We are using air drying clay. I'm using fabric acrylic air drying clay. Use whatever you feel like. So mine one comes with 2 parts, hardener and resin base. I mix them up and divided it into 5 little pieces. After that, I just flattened it up, pinch the sides to create stars. Basically what we did with the paper. Now in case you don't have air drying clay, don't panic out. You can use flour. Yes, you can use the flour which your mom used to make tacos or chapatis or something like that, which she uses to bake basically, and add a little bit of oil and salt in it. Don't use cornstarch at any cost. It's so horrible to handle. Believe me, I have experience. Alright, here we go. The actually detailed tutorial. I have to do this. Take a ball, flatten it up, and just do what I did here. Start pinching the 5 corners of it. Assume 5 corners, start pinching and just flatten it up. Use a pen or a brush, whatever, to kind of align it up and really nice shine. Use some water if needed. Now you can actually turn this DIY multi-purpose. The stars, if they are thick enough, can stand by themselves on the 2 sides. So you can use the topmost side as a pen stand. Take a brush or pencil and poke it through like I just did. And this will create a pen stand for you. Anyways, in my case, I had already enough pen stands, so I just concealed it once again, and they will be just lying in my drawing room, making it more colorful and more cheerful. Speaking of colorful, let's add some color and glamness to our little project here. I am kind of really obsessed with pastels for some unknown reason. I don't know, I really adore them. So here is how to make pastel colors out of pale, basic acrylic paint kit. You take white color and you mix the color in it. Yeah, that's literally it. Take a dot of color and add tons of white paint into it. You'll get some amazing pastel colors. That's exactly what you need for this one. Now here's a very quick pro tip. Do not use dark shades over your stars. They will just make it really dull and unfanciful. So you gotta take the stars and paste them with the most pastel looking light colors as possible. Here I use pastel pink, orange and blue along with a little bit of yellow, but I didn't add white to yellow because it's already light enough. You don't need to lighten it up more. So basically just repeat that process with all sorts of color you like and continue to make glamorous stars. After that, you need to wait for them to dry completely before moving on to the next step. In my case, I let my air drying clay dry for like 6 hours and my paint to dry for 1.5 hours. Next step, adding some cuteness to already glamoury cute stars. For that, you'll be needing white, black and red paint. And you are supposed to have some toothpicks or nail dotting tools, basically anything that's really small and wide enough. After that, you just have to make the kawaii faces we just made in the previous project once again. So take the flattened backside of your toothpick and dot 2 little circles side by side. This will represent the eye. Do this on all sorts of stars which you just made, and then using the front side of the toothpick, which is kind of sharper, you have to make mouth. So I made smileys, winks, kiss faces and all that sort of things. After that, using another toothpick, I took some white paint and I added reflection into these huge eyes, and using the back side of the same toothpick, I took some red paint and made blushes. Alright, so here's another pro tip. Make sure you color your stars from all the sides, front as well as from the back. And once you are done making these little cute faces, you can use some glue or Mod Podge to secure your work and add a little glamoury shine to it. Now this tip is totally optional, but in case you are using the floor which I just mentioned, this is really compulsory step, because the floor might rot during time and the glue will just protect it from rotting, and your stars will stay alive much longer. Now, isn't it the cutest thing like ever? Well, thanks a lot for watching, guys. See you all next time. Till then, keep exploring the creativity within you.